Hi, my name's Harish,
My name's Soham.
and this is the Bite Size Weekly. So today we're doing a Black History Month special since we're ending off the month with actually 2 days left, right, in Black History Month, and we would like to do a special on it. So,
Right. So we wanted to talk today about an important figure, incredibly important figure in Black history, and that's Ruby Bridges. And we thought, we want to take some time out of our day to discuss this, especially as Black History Month comes to an end, to kind of to celebrate and to recognize Black achievements and really how impactful they are to our society and our community that we all share. So, yeah, I guess I'll just start off with saying, Ruby Bridges she was the first African American to attend an all-white school, or the first African American child to integrate into an all-white school, on November 14th, is that 60?
1959, or actually, yeah, 60.
1960. Right.
Oh, 1959. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Yeah. I
So,
mean,
what really happened, right? So, I think she was born on September 8th, 1954, right?
yeah.
And coincidentally, that's the same date that the famous landmark case Brown versus the Board of Education, right, where they basically said that racial segregation in public schools was deemed unconstitutional, right? So that's it's kind of a big deal, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, and it's such a coincidence too. So what happened was is that she was the at the age of 6, right? Her parents decided that they wanted her to go to um what's it, a school in New Orleans for kindergarten, right? So they basically, or what's it, elementary school, right?
Yeah.
So they basically let her attend a all white school, right, named William Frantz Elementary School, right?
Right.
Um, and that was such a huge decision by itself, right? If you
Right.
think about it, like you
You
already
know,
know how much hate you're gonna get, right?
yeah,
Like I
especially.
think what happened was is that they were delaying her admittance into the school.
Hmm.
What's it? They delayed it, I think, till November 14th when they like did at the beginning of the school year, right? So the beginning of the school year is like September, right? November
Right.
14th. That's like what's it, 3 months, 2 months?
Right.
Yeah, like
It's
it's
crazy. And I mean, she was escorted by US Marshals and they're no joke. So, and the fact that they deemed it necessary that she would need that type of protection is crazy. She's a 6-year-old child, and she's getting, unfortunately, she needs to have that kind of protection just to attend the school. Um, so
imagine the
I'm
emotional
Yeah,
trauma, right, around that. Like
right.
just imagine you're a 6-year-old attending an all-white school for the first
Yeah,
time, right? I don't know how she was 6, so was that like first grade, kindergarten-ish, right?
yeah,
So imagine being that young, entering a school, right? Full of excitement, right?
yeah,
And you see everybody hates you,
yeah,
right? Just imagine how scarring that is,
yeah.
it's
Um,
unbearable,
it's
right?
incredible, and like the fact that first day of school is anyway, like I'm just saying this, like the first day of school is anyway like scary, it's
Yeah,
obviously, but
of
it's
course.
nothing like it doesn't even come close to what the situation was at the time, right? It seems like a silly comparison because she was the first one to do that we know. Like, it's incredible and such a landmark case in history that you have to do that. And I saw on Britannica, it says that Bridges lived just 5 blocks away from an all white school, but she had to go miles and miles and miles away to an all black school. So I mean, that just like, you know I don't know what to say. Like, she lived so close to the school, yet because segregation,
She has to
obviously.
travel so
She had to
far,
travel
like
just to go to school. She had to travel, like, so far away, and
I think
I'm
I think I would break down in tears, bro, if someone
yeah,
started screaming all that stuff. Like on the first day of school, if I was that young,
yeah,
racial slurs, vicious slurs thrown at
yeah.
you,
It's and at such a
that's
young age, like, Honestly, at any age, at any age.
Yeah, I think if someone did that to me in high school, I would definitely be, scarred for life, like
Yeah.
it's a story to tell. But it's definitely something that really impacted African American history, right, in
Right.
the US, right? It changed the way we think, changed the way we see things. And definitely I think she was a really good person to bring up today,
Yeah.
right? And I remember seeing there was only one teacher that accepted her in that school. And
Mhm.
that was white Boston native, right? Barbara Henry. And she ate alone at lunch, right? She
Oh
played with
my
her
God.
teacher, right?
Right.
That's the only other person she could, talk with and interact with during the school day.
Right.
And to me, that just that's
Yeah.
just something
It's
so difficult
heartbreaking.
to deal with, you
And
know?
there were this, we're talking about like how much hate she received. It's like there were protesters outside the school
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
entire year.
Hmm.
She attended the school. What was the name?
William France Elementary School.
She attended William France Elementary School for an entire year. Like I'm just talking from what I'm seeing. Um, and there were protesters there the entire time. You're going to school, but there are people outside hating on a 6-year-old
Dude,
because
I don't think I could
of
learn in that
racism.
in that
Yeah,
environment too.
you can't. We, it's incredible. Like, and you know what? Even the weirdest part is, and it's this is the thing that shocks me the most. It kind of opens my eyes. Is Ruby Bridges is just 66 years old, and it
60 years ago. Damn.
yeah, like it's not even that old, like long ago in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely.
She's younger than my grandparents, and it's incredible. Like, you know what hit me the most, honestly, is when I was searching her up and when I was doing my research, is the color photo. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, you saw that. I saw that. I was like, "What?
It was like in full color, like
You
it was
you
in black and white. It was full color, and it was like this. It seems like it happened like
so
ages.
long ago, but it happened
It
so
happened so
recently,
recently.
right? And
Like,
we're only so close and so far. We're like so far from,
yeah.
hitting that goal
Yeah.
of,
And
complete
I mean, she was, just to be clear, like the picture of her going into the school, that was in black and white, but I'm saying like the picture of her now is in full color. And that's
yeah,
like, it just hit me. I was like, damn.
like that picture of her like holding like a police officer's hand while
Yeah.
millions or what's it, hundreds of people are screaming at her
Yeah.
from the side. I
It's
I couldn't imagine that,
something,
like
it's definitely like, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do.
not even kids screaming at you, adults, right? The parents of
Adults,
these
like
kids.
the parent,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. The people who went to the school, they objected to it. They
definitely.
objected to it, but um, as you said, Brown versus the Board of Education, like happened on the year that she was born, right?
Yeah, yeah. 1954. Yeah.
Right, right.
And I just find it amazing
Yeah,
how everything's changed, right? I mean, we still have a long way to go, right?
yeah, of
We definitely
course,
have a long way to go,
of
but
course.
I think that since she started this, right, things have gone a lot better. But even though recently some things have happened, right?
Yeah,
I think we're doing our best, or at least most of us are doing our best
yeah,
to change this,
right.
and
Yeah, it deserves our full attention, definitely.
definitely, definitely.
Um, but yeah, it's crazy because even I was like, well, I think this happened. I was like, this was some time ago, but I learned Rosa Parks, I think, died in 2005. Right? I was like, oh my God, eh, I don't know what to say about that. Like
15 years,
2005
a year
from the
away from when I was
2000s.
born.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I was alive. Like I was alive when she was.
yeah.
That's crazy to think about. Like,
And we used to watch the videos like in elementary. You remember the animated videos
yeah,
in
yeah,
in elementary school, with Dr. King, Rosa Parks, but the fact that um, Rosa Parks died in 2005, I think is just incredible to me.
exactly. Seeing how like those black and white photos, right?
Yeah.
To how like you said, like seeing a colored photo of these people, right,
Hmm.
is definitely something else.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that far ago,
Yeah. You would expect
far
like
far back.
you expect, hey, oh my God, like this happened. Oh, this happened like ages ago. When you say, oh, 1960s, like it seems like a long time ago, but in the grand scheme of things, 1960 is not even like that long. Like we know people who were born in 1940 in the 1940s who are still alive, right?
Yeah,
They're in their like they're in their late 60s, early 70s, or like late 70s, right?
yeah.
So it's definitely like 1960 doesn't it's not a long time ago. So it shouldn't be that out of our memory just yet,
And it's
right?
nice to see that she became an independent, successful woman afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
started up her new, what's it, the foundation, or not a new foundation. I think it was like established in like 1999, right? But she established the Ruby Bridges Foundation, right, to promote tolerance against
Right,
racial discrimination and
right.
create education throughout the whole of U.S. Right?
Hmm.
Well, I don't think it's just through the U.S., but I'm not sure about that. But it's so nice to see that even through all of that, she made it, right?
Yeah,
And if she could do it, anybody else can too. You
yeah,
know,
for sure.
just have to persevere, right?
Yeah,
Do your best and don't let anybody get to you
yeah,
through that process.
for
I
sure.
think that's definitely an
Um,
important lesson.
through all the adversity that Black Americans face to this day as well, it's just incredible. Like how how you deal with that, that you have to deal with it in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nice to see.
yeah.
Well,
So I think,
I think we should
yeah,
definitely wrap this
wrap
up.
it up. Yeah,
This was definitely fun researching
yeah,
about.
yeah.
I learned a couple new things, right, that I
Right.
didn't know, right? And it's always good to, educate yourself.
Oh,
Uh,
yep.
and thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you guys for listening. And I hope you
absolutely.
guys enjoy our new podcast next Saturday that's going to be coming.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
peace
Right.
out.
Peace out.